It's time to dig into the meta, y'all, and we're gonna be talking through the top 10 decks that you could be playing right now. Like, if we can see, one of the hugest tournaments that we've seen in the longest time. Almost, actually 1,100 players got into this one tournament, and then we see a few over like 200 as well. So there is a lot of data to dive into. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the first one, and that's going to be the winner of the 1,100 player tournament, and that is Mega Altaria. Yes, sir. Mega Altaria is still here in a world in which we have the Megas, Mega Charizard, Venusaur, Blastoise, Lopunny, and Steelix. Out of those new ones, Mega Altaria is just kind of like, nah, I'm still here and I'm still good. And the reason being is that you get up there really quickly, right? Mega Altaria, 130, that is 260 damage in 2 turns, can easily take out your Mega Charizard and like all these other ones, and it's just fast, right? It's just 2 energy. You don't need 4. You can continue to attack. You can take things out with Jirachi, lower those things down, get the Cyrus up there to get rid of like those Charizards, not Charizards, those Charmanders or Charmeleons very early game if you need to. You have 2 ways to ensure that the Oricorio goes away. You have the healing, but then also Psychic, which deals 30 more damage. So with that 4 energy, that's 120. Now you're attacking for 150. Get to do that. And then follow that up with another 130 attack with Mega Altaria if you need to as well, which is great. Chingling is also a very, very good answer still. Reason being, and which you're going to see, there's the decks that are doing well are still using rare candy, primarily Hydreigon and Absol, which is a very scary combo to go up against. Those Greninjas are very scary to go up against, so being able to still stop them, right, that's still huge. And I mean, in an 1,100 player tournament, this is a deck that came out up front, so you already know that this is great. Then up next, we have Mega Lopunny EX. Yes, this deck also won a tournament as well over the weekend, which is massive. The reason being is that, like, we you know, everyone sees the cards, everyone reacts to the cards. I myself was like, oh, Mega Charizard, why? 250, knock things out in one go. And Mega Lopunny is like, hey, you can hit for 180 damage for just 2 energy. You got to get up to 4 with Charizard. You can hit up for 220 damage with double Lucarios out there, right? Like, you need 4 cards to get up to Charizard, or at least 4 energy. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess 6 cards, but like it can still happen. Plus the confusion. That means that your opponent also now has to flip in order to attack and get yourself a turn off is really great here. So this being really strong here, and then Hitmontop being able to attack and weaken the bench, so you don't really need to have these high huge numbers because you're willing them down. With this Lucario out here, this Hitmontop, you have no worries about dealing with Oricorios as well, because you also have the type advantage against them as well too. So Mega Lopunny is actually really strong into this, and I really do like this combination of Lucario and Hitmontop. Again, being able to snipe and being able to boost up damage. I've played Mega Lopunny with Rampardo, so that way you have like 2 high energy hitters, but being able to soften things up with your Hitmontop and boost it with Lucario really rounds out the consistency of ensuring that you're getting attacks through. Because like, even just having 1 Lucario and 1 Hitmontop, you're attacking for 60 damage. With this is 110, so that's kind of nice if it's just like 1 hit. So this, like, getting first is only feels like a surprise, because we would have thought that, you know, it could have been the Mega Charizard or even Mega Venusaur, but it was actually Mega Lopunny out of the new ones to secure a win over the weekend. Now we have, we're bringing it back to some Mega Absol, Darkrai, and Greninja. This one, the rest of these decks were all top 4 decks, right? Like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place that we're going to be talking about for the remainder here throughout the weekend, which is huge to see that, like, in this world of in this world of Pokemon now, with this new set, this is kind of like where we're at, and it's all about just like pinging things, right? Like, Tyrogue, free damage, you get the which is 20, you get another 20 off the Water Shuriken, you get another 20 off the Rocky Helmet, you get another 20 off of Nightmare Aura, and then you can finish things off with Mega Absol EX. That's really what this all is about. Pinging things down to ensure that you are in the range of this 80 damage here from either your Mega Absol or from your Darkrai EX. What's really fun is Tyrogue and Darkrai can basically do work against your opponent's Oricorio, so you don't have to worry about it because that's 60 damage between itself. If you have a Rocky Helmet or a Greninja out there, you don't ever have to worry about Oricorios. And with the double copycats, we've learned you can get into these Pokemon very, very quickly. And again, this is one of those ones where Mega Altaria, playing that Chingling, can shut down at least 20 to 40 worth of damage that's happening per turn that easily scales up because that rare candy is still taken into place here. But overall, with the hand disruption that you have with Mega Absol, also being able to look at your opponent's hand to kind of play what you need to, I thought what was spicy was this Team Rocket Grunt. I don't think I've seen that in a little bit, but again, being able to throw it in there could be for a very good time. And so this deck being able to do well makes a lot of sense. Then we have here Magnezone. So we have another package of Darkrai Mega Absol EX with another mon that doesn't necessarily need that extra energy in order to be able to do damage. And what's great here is that Magnezone puts the onus now back on your opponent in order to be able to get the points here, right? So they have to flip a coin in order to be able to get their attack to come through because of the mirror shot. But what's strong about this Magnezone is that even though it does 90 damage, it has an opportunity to not get any damage the following turn, and it has 10 more HP, and it does not lose out on its energy, which is super important. Which means that even though if you Volt Charge, and you're like, oh, I need to be able to attack quickly with this 90, you can do that, right? And that won't be a problem. You can Volt Charge a second time, put the dark energy down there, and then that's all you need to do. You don't need to constantly feed it, which is great because then it doesn't take away from your Darkrai, it doesn't take away from setting up your Mega Absol EX. It serves as a tank, it serves as a high HP mon. Having to go through 2 of these and then finishing up with either EXs here is going to put you in a really, really good spot. And they get to take advantage of Chingling as well too. So this Clemont here, searching for your 2 Magnetons, and you know you're going to get them every single time because this is the only one that it's pulling for. And being able to copycat to find your other pieces in your single Pokemon here, Lysias, take out the Magnemites and the Chinglings. So your 2 searchers really thin out your deck very well in order for you to feel consistency in building this. And I'm actually really excited to try something like this out and see how well this goes in our play testing. Up next, we have this lovely grass deck that, woo! When I say woo, I mean that for a good reason. That literally puts up numbers like it's nobody's problem. So this Grass Knot here allows you to have 30 more damage for each energy that is in your opponent's retreat cost, and then you are dealing 40 base damage on top of that. Spinnerack, if you have double of these out on there, you have at minimum 100 damage that you're doing to your opponent, because each Ariados allows you to increase Whimsicott's attack by 30, because its ability Trap Territory makes sure that your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 more. So what this means is that not only is your opponent trapped in the front because of the trap territory, right? Like they have to commit that extra energy to retreat. So oftentimes they're just kind of like, I'm just going to attack anyway since my retreat cost is now messed up. Adding 2 of that, you're ensured that like they're kind of stuck there unless they're running Leaf, which like we don't see that very often. So you're attacking for base 100 off of that, and then you get an additional 30 for whatever your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is. This quick grow extract is doing work for these grass decks because you are going straight into your Ariados or going straight into your Whimsicott. These stage 1s decks are working beautifully with the quick grow because you get to benefit off of attacking right away as well. The inclusion of adding this Kartana in is actually pretty smooth just because it deals that 40 damage, really weakening things and softening things away to get this Whimsicott going. So I think there's going to be really fun tweaking this a little bit, whether you run 1 Kartana for like that massive 40 damage, or you're running 1 Kartana and 1 Pheromosa, so that way you can have fun with this Cyrus play as well too. Could be really interesting to play around with. being able to attack your opponent's bench and then take them out with a Whimsicott before they set up into that Mega Charizard Y or whatever else. Being able to take down those mons before they get into those higher HPs is great, but even if they do, your Whimsicott can hit upwards of like 220 damage. Yes, that's correct, because we played this deck and it gets there. So this is like an all-star that can kind of shine, and what a wonderful way for Whimsicott to get a massive upgrade just by adding this ability that works on the bench as well. Whimsicott is seeing major play, and it being in the top 4 this weekend is literally no surprise. We then go on to some folks just like, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we have Mega Altaria Greninja here. Again, another deck that's taking advantage of Chingling but can also get punished by it. You are essentially running Psychic Energy only, boosting up your Mega Altaria, but you are taking advantage of the fact that you can Water Shuriken anywhere on the board, Cyrus anywhere on the board, and then deal that 130 damage later. This Sing can do some help for you, right? Like them flip coin in order for them to be able to stay alive, or for you to stay alive can really go far. But again, you're just trying to build up your Mega Altaria, copycat into your Greninjas, and just start chipping away here. Then we see kind of like what's been dominating. Like this Hydreigon deck is still here. It's still here, y'all, and which is why it kind of gives you pause to wonder, should you be running more rare candies? So currently, so in the tournament scene, and so maybe this will be reflective of our ranked, you're getting folks who are high rolling, just straight up high rolling. They're not even caring about the Zweilous anymore. Like they're not even including their stage 1 because they're saying people don't think Chingling is going to do anything to me, and they made the right meta call in that sense, because this goes into here 130, you're attacking, you have the poison to like help out with that on either one. You got the Absol to deal with other babies as well too, and then your hand disruption. But the true star is the Hydreigon. Rare candy, roar in unison on, like if you go first, that following turn on your second turn attacking for 130 just goes nuts. And this Pokemon Center Lady, I wonder how meta is going to be if we're looking at like Mega Lopunny being able to take a win. We've seen some poison, maybe Mega Venusaur comes back, but like just being able to heal status while still getting up in health is going to go a long way here. And this deck has, like, if you're looking for a deck that high rolls, this is it. This is what you're looking at. This is what you want. You want Hydreigon in here to get that extra energy. You're like, this is my best hand, let's do it up. And if I don't got it, then I copycat into it and still take your opponents out without them seeing really any time of day. Then we move on to the other version here where you're looking at Indeedee EX. So here we're going in with the poison package, but this variation is running kind of like Indeedee EX, just one of them, so that way you can constantly heal. So if I'm taking 30 damage, I'm actually only taking 10 damage because this 20 is going to go directly to my Hydreigon before I attack. So now I'm actually left with 140 HP rather than 120, which is like, that's huge. To mitigate, try to mitigate this Aurora in Unison as much as you can really goes a long way. The double leap over just to continue to punish those ones in the back, and then Cyrus up, a Charmeleon, a Wartortle, or I guess you can't really hit the Wartortle with Absol, but are we really playing Mega Blastoise? We're not. So yeah, like it's just, this is here. It's a really strong package. The copycat is really good, but there is a deck that does punish this deck and some of these like energy hungry decks like these other megas that we're seeing, and that is Jolteon EX. Not only do you have your Oricorio, not only do you have your Zeraora here with the energy generation so you can take advantage of this elemental switch, but Jolteon EX and even the non-Jolteon, this beginning bolt to attack for 60 as soon as you evolve. This Jolteon EX star of the show. It's really how and why this deck's work is because this electromagnetic wall, 20 damage for every energy that's really put on to your opponent's Pokemon, aside from things like Elemental Switch or Flame Patch. But you know, like this goes down 30 HP, then another 40 HP, so it loses 70 HP. That's nutty. They have to get to 2 energy here, so now they're already down to 150. They have to get to 2 energy here, so they're already down to 100, right? Like, they're volt charging, this gets energy taken out the way, right? Like, everything wants the energy, and so you're seeing some of these decks that can make it past Jolteon EX, not a lot, right? But in these matchups where you're seeing the Mega Charizard is continuously getting pinged, you have the double sires, you can just attack before your opponents get set up, and just having just one ping sets you up to obliterate it, so you can stop them before that Baneri, that Swablu, before they get into their mega versions and start hurting you. You punish them right away because they are now not safe due to the procs that this electromagnetic wall has, which makes this deck so good into this meta right now, because then the alternative version here is then you just go into Oricorio and let that be a wall as well too. And then our last but certainly not least deck, Greninja Suicune. People are not letting this go. They're not letting this go. They're going to weather through the storm. They say that this is a good deck. It is continuously to prove that it is a good deck. There's really not much else to say, but build up your Suicune, build up into your Greninja EX or your Greninja, but you definitely want to have one Greninja EX in here. Folks will see the Suicune, they'll play around it with their bench, so that way you can still hit that 100 damage, move things around, you're getting your cards with your Suicune, you're healing up per turn with your Indeedee EX, and you have your other Greninja to ping and to proc and to attack things water energy only, so you have your answers to that bird, so that way you don't have to worry about it, and that's it. That's really all that this is. It's now been 3 metas. It's now been 3 of them, and folks are still playing with this deck and still getting their numbers in. But, I mean, can I really be upset about that? No. I can't. People want to go into these higher pressured situations, or they want to climb quickly on ranked with something that they know, something that they're comfortable with. So we're continuously to see if there are cards that can shut this down, just like we don't see Dark Tina. Like ever, like it's just not a thing. We see Darkrai, we see Giratina, but not them just together. So I wonder what other things that we'll see in order for that to happen to this deck. But in the meantime, it's still putting in work. You still have your pieces, and this is pretty good. So let me know, y'all. Out of all of these decks that you see here, what are you most surprised about? What is something that you are interested in playing? And if you have a stronger deck that you feel like is in the works, comment that down below, so that way we can talk about it as well too. As always, y'all, if you enjoyed the vibes of this channel, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, click the notification bell button so you don't miss out on a thing. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.